everybody.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Clock King,
No,
what time
what?
is it? It's time for Joe Zone.
I see what you done there.
Y'all have to bear with me. I've been kind of sick and coughing and sinuses and everything else, so maybe I'll make it through the show. Hopefully, maybe Dave will pop in on us again. So we have C for Clearance as our guest star tonight. Have you found anything good on clearance lately?
No, but everything's going to clearance off of the Hasbro Pulse site. I predict a lot of clearance stuff coming in the near future in December.
All right, we'll be looking for it. Yeah, I was shocked to find a new G.I. Joe at Walmart yesterday. I found the new Storm Shadow, or as I like to call him, Storm Vereen. But I always liked the claws with the version 2. I always thought those were cool. I will say he comes with extra hands, including the karate hands, but because of the way the thumb's positioned, you cannot put the claw on there. So you have to put the claw in the Kung Fu grip hands, but it actually goes in easier than what I thought it would. What I was telling Shane before the show, I was looking at it. If you remove not the rope, but this other part right here, which I'm going to try to do later, and remove this thing here with the swords and all on it, I think you look pretty close to the old version 2 Storm Shadow, and I think it'd be a pretty good fit. Of course, he's got his usual crooked bow, thanks to the packaging. And he's basically got the same backpack as the Night Creepers. But yeah, I was shocked to even see this. I wasn't expecting it, especially at Walmart. I mean, you don't find new things at Walmart very often, especially G.I. Joes. But only the Gadsden Walmart's the only one anywhere around me. Well, and if you go to Rome, Georgia, one of the Walmarts over there are the only two within, say, an hour drive for me that actually still carry G.I. Joes. And, I might have mentioned this before, even the Lintlock Walmart don't even carry McFarlane stuff anymore. I mean, it's gone. It's just, there's not a whole lot there to look at. But I was shocked to find that. He, like I said, he come with extra hands, and I'll tell you, this packaging, I hate this new packaging. The hands, because the way it's like Shane and I were talking about before the show started, it's like they put the hand in there and then seal the plastic around it. You can't hardly get it out. I like to never get it. I thought I was going to have to get a knife and cut it out. And I kind of like trying to keep my packaging in case I decide to put them up for storage or something, stick them back in there, Yeah. So I usually keep my boxes. I got a whole pile of them out there in the barn. But, it's just aggravating trying to get figures out of the packaging. And, that's the one thing I do miss about the windowless packaging. You just pull them out like the Marvel Legends. They were just wrapped in paper. You just pull them out and unwrap them. Mm-hmm. There you go. And, the Joes had the little cardboard tie around them or whatever.
Yeah.
But that you just twist it a couple of times, right out they come. I don't know. It's just that. It's just I don't know. It's like they're not. I mean, they think they're going to go somewhere. I mean, like the McFarlane, they put the ties around their hands, feet, and their waist. All they need is one around the waist. It's not going to move around in the package.
Yeah.
Why they got to put them all over it like that? I don't know. But anyway, that's one of my gripes for tonight. I'll get to the other one later.
I know.
I don't hit you up.
I know when I got Jinx, I had to take a hair dryer and heat her up to get her out of the package, and it shrinks so bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate this new package.
I'm going to start going down to Tuscaloosa to hunt for Joes. Timothy here says that both the Walmarts there carry Joes.
Yeah.
You get them quicker than Target does. None of ours around here carries them hardly. Unless, like you said, they're an hour away to go get them.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's almost an hour for the closest Target for me. And and they've got 3 retro carded beach heads and 3 docks, and that's all they've had for the last month and a half.
The Target closest to me has got 1 beach head and 1 dock, and somebody else. Oh, quick!
They had 2 Scarlets.
Yeah, and 2
They had 2 Scarlets.
Yeah. The gas to Walmart still got 1 retro Scarlet, and that was what I was expecting to see. And I walked around there, and she was hanging there, and right underneath her was that Storm Shadow.
Huh.
I've noticed I've not seen too many of them on the clearance app.
What's that?
I've not seen too many of the retro cards from that Scarlet Duke wave on the clearance app.
No.
I don't think they're going. Well, number one, they're general release now, not Walmart exclusive. Number 2, they're on a lot better card backing, and number 3, they're not producing near as many as they were. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be seeing too many of those on the clearance like we did the other ones.
I don't either.
But I never did like the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and those 2 waves. I never did see them around here.
I never saw the Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow wave. Or
I found the Crimson Guard. I found the Crimson Guard a couple of times, and that was it.
Yep.
And I don't know where they all went. I don't know if I saw. I think it was Mason put on there where he found some scrap irons at Ross today.
Yeah.
And I don't know where those have been because I ain't seen scrap iron out on the shelf in over a year now. And all of a sudden, Ross is getting those. So I don't know. Who knows? But
you're in the back waiting to be shipped out.
Let me pull up my schedule here. I forgot to open it up a while ago. What's first thing on our agenda there? Shane?
It's Corey and his pictures.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Corey talk, okay.
Corey,
all right, Corey, what you got for us?
Or C for clearance.
C for clearance. What you got for us?
Alf picked up this guy here this week. He come in the mail. I was really liking the Road Pig until I tried to put him on a motorcycle, and he's too chunky for the motorcycles, and he's too chunky for the four-wheeler. But I did end up getting him on the Undertaker's WWE motorcycle. He's a great figure, but he could have been a $34 figure. There's a lot of stuff that come with him that should have never came with, like the animal. That's actually another head.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was a mask as well. That is actually a head.
That's crazy.
He could have done away with that. He could have done away with some accessories. He comes with 2 hammers. One will never be used. It looks like a pig, but
yeah,
I'm going to go with the old center block. But there's a lot. He could have been an easy $34 figure, in my opinion.
In my opinion, they could have put the figure with his cinder block hammer and a couple extra hands for $24.95.
Yeah,
he should have been a regular general release figure, just like he was back in the old days. This is my gripe, my second gripe for tonight. They're hitting us up with these $34 and $44 figures, and they're going to end up losing collectors because people can't afford to keep paying them prices for all these figures. They can't. Or I sure can. I don't know about a lot of other people. Let's say, got trees growing money in their backyard or something. But to me, it's ridiculous. He don't need a dog. Why does he need a dog? All they're doing, and we know what they're doing, they're reusing that pet mold, trying to get as much out of it as they can. But I'm telling you, they're going to burn people out. People's going to leave the lines. What's going to happen? That's where they're headed with all these. They keep putting out these $34 and $44 figures. That's what's going to happen.
And
you look.
To me, go ahead.
I was going to say, you watched that's what Shane and I was talking about earlier. They're going to really start pushing retro cards because that's what people want. And they like the card art. They like the old feel, the vintage. That's what they want. They need to stick with that. They need to really focus on that and start giving us what we really want. I never sat there and thought, boy, I hope when they make Road Pig, they'll give him a shield and a dog because he really needs that.
And 3 heads and a hook, a hay hook.
I mean, they might as well throw another one-eyed monkey in there with him, right?
Well, they actually put the handle on the right side of the shield this time, so unlike with Who that had come with a riot shield the last one?
Shockwave.
Shockwave, yeah, it was on the wrong side. But you don't have to modify that one. It's actually set up right for this one. But to me, I ain't seen a video yet. But he's just too bulky, and articulation is hindered, especially in the torso.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a mod you can take him apart and kind of trim away some of the plastic, make him a little bit more movable. But Alf is in the middle of a move, so he's not modifying anything at this point until he gets moved.
Yeah. I was looking at the dog, the pit bull. It's the same body as the junkyard.
Oh, yeah.
Just a different head. That's
all.
Yep. And that's the whole thing. They're just reusing the mold.
I do believe it's even got the same collar, just painted. Yeah, same collar, just painted black instead of red.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a different head.
The Mystics are telling me we have a visitor.
Ooh. Hey, who was that on the back of the motorcycle with him there? Who is that?
What was that, John?
Oh,
I said, who is that on the back of the motorcycle with Road Pig?
I got a picture of her too.
Oh, that's Emily on the back of it.
Corey's girlfriend.
Oh, I knew. I kind of suspected because I saw she had her feet on the handlebars.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was actually a.
We know, Corey. We know who it is.
One of the 2 packs
You
had
hair red, didn't you?
For Grumpy, yes, he has joined us. Now there's actually a Pepper Potts body with an Iron Man pickup with a head from X-Men. I can't remember what figure she is right at the moment. It was a Walgreens exclusive. Emma Frost, yes.
I only got one question. Why you got her legs up wrapped around him like that for? Trying to be some grease stuff going on?
Because they ain't enough room on the back because he's a healthy boy.
He was more than healthy.
When Zartan rode that back, there was plenty of room for her on there.
All right, Dave, you've been awful quiet. Come on, you got to have something to say about all this.
Oh no, I've seen 1,000 women ride like that.
Corey can't speak, thinking about them feet.
Yeah, the feet boost.
I love pickled pig feet.
All right, that's enough of that.
But I do agree, $45 deluxe figures that don't need to be deluxe figures is. I mean, for somebody like Scrap Iron, it made sense. The drone, the missiles, the blast effects. I actually like what they did with Tripwire because it made sense. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense to his kit and his MOS, that's a good thing. But in this particular instance with Road Pig, 90% of that figure didn't need to be there. It's got nothing to do with nothing. It's not represented in OG. It's just, it never was. I mean, honestly, it would have made more sense to give Road Pig a bookshelf of Shakespeare and, seriously. Than a pit bull that we've never had before. That weird satanic pig face helmet, a riot shield. None of those things would come in even remotely handy to a dreadnought. Let's get real. Not to mention the fact he's a human wall to begin with. I really don't see the point in giving you a riot shield.
Right.
So
they do the same thing with Snow Job too, though. They do.
Well, at least it makes sense.
Some things, see an extra head, an extra collar, and $45.
Yeah.
It
does seem as though the $35 deluxe figures kind of disappeared somewhere in the mix here, and it jumped to $45.
I think they could have made Snow Job, maybe bumped him up to $29.99. I don't think they had to make him $35.
There wasn't.
I can see Snow Job. It all makes sense for him because I got him decked out with 90% of his gear. Road Pig, basically, the only thing he's decked out with is is the center block hammer. The rest of the stuff ain't even on the shelf.
You know, if you look at, and they're doing the same thing with Marvel. I mean, they're doing these like if you get an Incredible Hulk now, he's probably going to cost you $40 or $45.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, why is it Toy Biz done a Hulkbuster Iron Man? They done a Hulkbuster Iron Man. They done the Red Hulk. They done Juggernaut, and they were all the same price as all the other figures. As Daredevil, Spider-Man, they were all the same price. If Toy Biz could do that, why can Hasbro not do that? But no, they want to throw in a few extra items, and we're going to charge you $45 for what should cost you $25. But we're giving you a couple extra heads and a couple extra hands and an extra head and a dog or something. I mean, it's just I don't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy to me, dude.
Yeah.
No, and I mean,
what's that mask?
Do what?
What's the mask? Snake Eyes going to run?
The mask.
M-A-S.
Yeah, the mask device, Snake Eyes. Oh, jeez.
It'll be 45, probably 55, maybe.
Yeah, with that
maybe
bear,
more with the bear. Yeah, it might be 65.
I bet it will be.
Yeah, the bear. I will say it will be maybe in that $55 ferret range.
Yep.
Like they may treat it like a mid-sized vehicle. I don't know, if not more. I got no idea.
The owl bear for Dungeons and Dragons, I think it was 40 or 45 just for it.
Yeah.
Retailing it.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go.
So $55 for him. Let's see if I'll pay it. Yep, so am. I'll pay it.
You know, I got a magic 8-ball that tells me whether I can buy something or not too. And its name's Nancy. It often it's no, definitely no, absolutely no.
8 balls on his head.
I can tell you what, a different kind of magic 8-ball was the reason why I've seen 1,000 women riding a motorcycle like that one year. All right, that's enough. This is family friendly.
Yeah, family friendly. Let's talk toys.
What do you guys think of this? What do you think of this? I'm curious.
This was day one from the London con.
I like the idea, but it looks a little too square. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. I mean, it don't have any character to me. It don't. It's not like the surveillance port or the what was the other what was it called? The bunker, the Cobra bunker.
The bunker was cool.
Well, I can see it being any character. It's supposed to be an outpost. I mean, like a perimeter checkpoint. I can see it getting away with kind of being square plain.
I see what they done with it, because it's a modular build. You can make it bigger. But I got another picture. But let's talk about this one first. Who loves the file card?
Yeah, the file card's awesome.
I mean, it is full all out what we want, what the collectors want. But I love it. It gives,
and it's all in English,
and it's every bit of it's in English.
Wow, I can't believe that. Is this just going to be something exclusive just to the U.S.?
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
It's a Pulse exclusive, from my understanding, so that's primarily the market. I mean, everybody else has a hard time getting Pulse stuff, I guess. So.
But this did show up in the UK, so
Well,
here's my biggest gripe about this. I want 4 of them, that way I can make 2 tires, but I don't want 4 trench vipers.
So you gotta have them to man the post. Yeah. To me, this next picture here looks like that is absolutely the weapon rack out of the Hiss.
Yeah,
that is the weapon rack out of the Hiss.
Yeah, they found a use for some of that mold, anyways, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to see that with a lot of stuff, I'm thinking.
The next picture I'm going to show is kind of, it disturbs me a whole lot. This is what you're supposed to be able to do with this. Okay.
This is cool.
It's cool. But I've never seen anything have gaps like it's got. See where the hinges are on it?
Yeah.
Is it they just do it that way where you can see it, or?
Well, you've got to be able to stack the plates, the base plates on
really
top
click.
of each other. So you've got to fold them open. And that's the hinges. You see it there?
Yeah.
That's the hinges to fold the door, the side of the building out. You're going to have a huge gap there. I just can't see me doing anything like this with a couple of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And there, you got
that's the reason I'm talking about stacking them end to end.
Yeah, I mean, on top of each other, two on top. Yeah.
What, 6 or 8 of them there? I can't tell because they're I guess
10.
That's 10 of them.
Yeah, there's 5 on top, 5 on bottom.
Yeah.
So if that set's $50, that's $500 just to build that right there.
Yep.
Every bit of it. But I like the concept of it. Back to the original picture. I like.
You know what it reminds me of? They weren't Legos, but they done these Walking Dead building blocks, and they had little figurines.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of the cell blocks because you could buy multiple of the cell blocks and put them together and make the whole cell block.
Right.
That's kind of what that reminds me of.
Yep. I mean,
don't get.
Did we get a price point on these?
No.
Didn't think so.
We did not. I do not remember.
I bet they're $45 to $55.
Oh yeah, I bet
They
you
really
so.
shouldn't be, but I bet they are.
Well, you got $25 worth of figure in there, just off the figure.
Right, exactly.
So you're looking at $45, $55 easily.
Yeah, they're in that price range.
See, that's the reason I think I should sell some of them. Yeah, without the figures.
Yeah, I think they would have done better on something like that if they just sold them.
Is that what it is, Timothy? $50?
Yeah, I figured it's something like that. But then we had other stuff showed. They showed this over on day one, for those that didn't know. They showed the renders of Charbroil here.
Blowtorch.
Yeah, Blowtorch.
Blowtorch,
yeah, and Frag Viper. That's just the renders. And they actually showed figures of Heavy Duty, but as far as any of us know, we don't have any idea when he's coming out.
Can you zoom in on Blowtorch?
Oh, I got a better picture.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And
Well, that's fine. Go ahead and we'll look at it when you get to it.
These bottom 3 are the next retro wave, Flint, Televiper, and apparently a blonde cover girl.
Yeah. You know, I want a blonde cover girl, but putting her on a retro card makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Other than to go with the mass figures, there's absolutely no reason to do that figure.
Yeah.
There's none. Unless she's just some kind of weird.
What they should do with her.
They should do retro
with her when they first released her. They should just put an extra head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an easy fix, but you don't get the full $24.99 for the figure that way. So
here's the Blowtorch up close. Okay. The actual render.
I was just wondering if his Blowtorch was a modification of Torches. If they just took the skull off of it.
No, it's different.
Is it? Yeah.
The flames.
It's different.
The flames are the same. I've got it right here.
Looks like the tank.
Yeah, I think the tank is too.
The same.
He's I mean, he's certainly not as yellow as the OG, but I don't mind this. That's kind of cool rendition.
Yeah. The torch is completely different. Get it over here and show y'all.
Now
wish they went with that torch up there.
Somewhere down the line, we'll get him blue with silver pads, and they'll call him TNT like the Argentina version.
Right.
See, there's his.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Different, but it is the same, all the same torch effects, everything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's basically That's just it. Tank thing.
And it wouldn't take much modification to make a charbroil out of him, also.
No, that's why I said charbroil. Who's
Yeah, they are very similar.
Yeah. But then you also got the old Frag Viper.
See, that should be on a retro card because that looks pretty close to the original.
Except for the stash.
With less stuff, it could have easily been a retro carded figure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You guys are going to hate me because I cannot, for the life of me, remember him.
Really?
Pretty obscure.
Yep.
I mean, they weren't in any of the cartoons, right?
Yeah, I think it was in that period between cartoons.
Yeah.
Like 88, 89, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Hey, Alex.
I'm trying to remember if he was in the Dick part, but he wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool, this highlight type. It's a highlight grenade thrower is what it is.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, which isn't, for the newer the newer neon figures, this one's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are those grenades in his backpack?
Yeah, those are grenades.
Yes, sir.
What is the thing right there? It looks like a tusk or something.
I think that's like a swoosh effect for when he's flinging a grenade.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's like a smoke trail. You can see the grenade in it.
No, sir, Alex, I've not seen one.
I haven't either, Alex.
No, I have to be honest with you, Alex. I don't know. I wouldn't know which one you were looking for. Honestly, there seems to be so many primes that they put out lately. I wouldn't even know.
Oh, yeah.
I can certainly try to help you out, but you'd have to be more specific because there's so many primes out there. I don't know.
I think he's looking for the new one. It's got the blast effects where it makes the truck look like it's launching off the ground when he's a truck forward.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one that's got the axe and all from the movie where you swap out the hand with the axe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was. Frag Viper was 89.
I think so.
89.
Yeah, he was late. He was post
89 or 90, I think.
Yeah. He was right in and around Rock and Roll V2, wasn't he?
I don't think it was 86.
No, he wasn't 86. He was.
No, he's not an 86er.
Mm-mm. I'm thinking
he was 89. He came out the same year Naga had come out.
Right.
There you
go. It was right there in that period where I was not collecting anymore.
Mm-hmm. I remember being aware of it, but because I still bought the comics occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I started playing football in '89. That's the reason I don't remember.
Then we got on to the next one. This guy.
Now, can I say something? I was not going to have anything to do with this figure because every rendering I had seen had that bone face on it, which turned me off because it just was not. Then they showed it today, and the coolness about the wings are like its own animal, which is really kind of cool. I want one of these. I don't know if I'm going to be stuck.
Alex is looking for the Studio Series 86. So I guess that's what Wolf was looking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alex, if anybody can help you out, Wolf Den's there can.
Yeah. Hopefully.
He's probably got some of them.
Probably. Sorry about that, Dave. Go ahead now.
Oh, no. By all means, help Alex. I'm just yammering. I'm talking about stuff I'm probably not going to be able to get. So if this one turns out even remotely like Once a Man, I personally, I'd like to see them limit these to one because, again, Pulse members have got a 1 hour head start on everybody that's not a Pulse member. If they set the limits too high, everybody after 102 or 12:02 our time tomorrow is going to be SOL on this one. That's just my opinion. I don't unless this sucker was a lot more produced in higher numbers than Once a Man. Which is possible, I suppose, but
I'm confused with the head, though. The bone head, as we're calling it, is much smaller than the regular head. Like it's fat.
Yeah, looks it.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes,
I don't even remember the bonehead version.
We can take a better
I
look
think
at
that's
it.
from the new comic. If I remember right, that's something that pops up in the new comic.
The bonehead.
Yeah,
I'll
the
be
ability
honest.
to grow more calcium is body shielding.
Yeah, Jonathan, this is going to be exclusive.
Yeah, I think this is a Pulse exclusive. It's not going to matter because the sucker's going to sell out in less than a minute.
Yeah.
So
It looks like they used a road pig bulk. I think they should have used a Sergeant Slaughter bulk myself because he wasn't that bulky. He was tall. Now he was tall, but he just looks too fat for Nemesis Enforcer.
I don't think that's Road Pig. He's got way too many cuts in him.
I think the arms are probably the same.
Road Pig is a fat guy.
Is anything like the road pig I got? He's going to be modified. We can be able to move him around.
Huh. But look at his legs and all that, though. I mean,
this one is definitely the new comic based.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
Oh yeah,
it really very much so is. Just like Rock and Roll. I mean, Rock and Roll is right straight from that comic.
Right.
And the fact of the matter, so is Stalker. I think you guys were talking earlier about why Stalker looks so much older.
Yeah.
Because he's older in the new comic. I don't know why, but they're tying into the books, but not really just saying they're tying into the books, which is kind of weird.
Well, the reason the retro one looks older is because it's the exact same sculpt as the classified. Right. They didn't want to do a new head sculpt on it. Apparently, they thought it was close enough. So.
I haven't seen one in person. Did they change the paint at all? Because the original Stalker's got a little bit of gray.
Yeah, he's got a lot of gray in his hair from what I saw.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not. But I'm gonna try to get in on this one tomorrow.
I don't think it's a bad head sculpt there. It's just kind of weird looking.
It's just kind of weird looking. It reminds me of something, and I can't remember what it was, and it's something I didn't like. So it's just ice cream head. I don't know.
It would be nice if they'd at least give us a price point so we know what we're looking at.
Yeah, well, they just want you to be buy crazy and get right in there and rush right in there and spend the money, and then you go, oh crap! I just spent $700 on two of these things.
Right.
I just got a feeling they're going to be more than $45. I just don't think that's going to be a $45 figure.
Oh yeah, almost like $49.99.
I don't know, man.
That's all good, Adam.
This is a big sucker. This is. I tell you what, if they were ever going to get stupid and throw out an experiment on just how far they can go on prices on a deluxe figure, this would be the one to do it on.
It would be.
Right? I mean, seriously, if they're going to sit there, if we can get $55 out of this sucker, let's see. And
I don't think it's going to be that much, guys. I'll be honest with you.
I hope not.
I don't know.
I hope not either.
$49.99 maybe, but that's going to be it probably. The wings are.
I think it's going to be like the Blob and a few more of the Marvel Legends.
It is very cool, though. I really do like it.
And the wings are highly articulated.
They are. It's very cool.
I think they said they had 20 points of articulation on it alone.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I remember.
I like it. I like it a lot more than I did. I don't know if I'm going to like the price or the fight.
It bends there at the back area and goes up and down, and then the arms swivel. It's got a pretty good bit of articulation.
Guys, you got to remind me, how much was Raptor? 35, right?
Do what now?
Raptor was 35, right? I just got this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I paid for it. You know what? Considering the wings here are very cool. But they're not that much different than Raptors, but the mass of this figure, I'm gonna say 45.
Yeah,
it'll be at least 45.
I'd say 45 to 50.
The wings.
I'm saying $49.99.
Yeah.
I say it's going to be the same price as the Blob figures, some of the Marvel Legends bigger figures that they basically took and reissued as builder figures.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried that they're gonna, and it being exclusive.
$49.99 on that.
Getting $1, Bob.
You stop, bud, please.
You're going to lose that one, bud.
I don't
Getting
know.
$1, Bob.
I hate to say it, but you do realize that this time tomorrow afternoon, the discussion is not going to be how much it was. It's going to be no one was able to get one.
No one was able to get it. Yep.
So,
What
like I
time
said,
is it for us, the non guys?
what's that?
What time is it for us for non subscribers to the deal?
Supposedly noontime for us, for subscribers
Noon.
here in Central Time. So,
It'll be
yeah, there you
noon
go.
for Pulse members and 1 for non-Pulse members,
Which
won't even get the chance to get it.
it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, unless this sucker has been really produced in much higher numbers.
Well, I'm telling you,
So for
Keep it to a 1-person limit.
I'm
One or the
to
other,
be
right?
1 o'clock our time, right?
be 12 our time.
Yeah, it's 12.
12
Yeah,
our
I think
time.
that's-
For
Yes.
Pulse members, 1 for non-Pulse members, our time.
Oh, for non-pulse, it'd be 1.
They want
But I use the app. I don't use because I use my phone and I can't even get it to load all the pictures right now on the app. I probably won't
I
even
keep
get
having
pull
to
up.
uninstall the app because it keeps crashing. I go to the website. I gave up on the app.
Yeah, the app is terrible right now.
Yeah, it just sits there and blinks half the time at me. Says no products found and just blinks. So I've uninstalled it multiple times and reinstalled it, and it'll work for a day or so, and then it's gone again. So
That last update killed it. I don't know why whatever they done.
terrible.
They need to undo it.
yeah, terrible. And then of course this whole any orders before what July 12th, you got to go to a completely different site to even check the status on those things.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of crappy.
But
Ted.Claw, that's kind of cool. Somebody new. Sorry, I'm getting caught up here. I'm tired.
I'll be honest. If you're a member, you ought to automatically be guaranteed at least 1.
and you'd think so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But again, if it's a pre-order, which it is,
Correct.
there should be no
Right.
running out. Period.
Right. Make what's ordered. Right.
Because it's stupid. That is not a pre-order. That's we're selling what we got order.
It's a pre-sale. It's not a pre-order. It's a pre-sale.
They should have done him like they did Dragon Man.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
I think Dragon Man and this Sentinel are the new model. I don't think we're going to see Hasbro anymore.
It's the smartest way of doing it, man. To be honest with
It
you.
is.
And this should have been the classified version of that model.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna consult the toy mystics, and I'm gonna say 3 of the 4 of us will get one.
3 of the 4 of us. So you're not getting one, huh, Corey?
3 of the 4 of us. Oh, I'm gonna try to get one. I'm gonna try to get one.
I would have paid 60. I'd probably even paid $70 if they'd have made him actually taller. Because in the cartoon, in the movie, Sergeant Slaughter come to where about here on him.
Yeah.
He was taller.
Sergeant Slaughter was small compared to him.
If they'd have made him taller and not quite as bulky, but made him taller, I probably would have given $60 or $70 for it and done the pre-order where I could have guaranteed to get one. But hey.
Yeah, but you make an interesting point. It's like, why is it if you can have a Comic-Con exclusive and you can have a PulseCon exclusive, why isn't there a Pulse exclusive? That's just baked into the membership. Because the truth is all we're actually getting right now is free shipping.
Right.
Because this jump on early stuff, that hasn't even happened most of the time. And when it's happened, it's still going. Scalpers have got multiple Pulse accounts.
You can see the crap right there.
So why not a guaranteed? Here's the deal: you're going to get whatever the San Diego is, whatever the PulseCon is. You're guaranteed to get that figure as a Pulse member. What's the problem with that? That should be easy for production because they know exactly how many Pulse members they have. set a deadline, March 31st or whatever. You be a member by March 31st, you get the PulseCon exclusive, or you get the San Diego exclusive.
Exactly.
Solves your production issue, doesn't it? Because the bulk of your orders are you already know the number.
Right.
Subject to availability.
Yeah, subject to availability. Wow,
it's ridiculous. I mean, why?
Well, it's and I know we talked about this with McFarlane before. I mean, you have a lot of collectors that are completionists.
Yeah.
If you have 20,000 collectors that are completionists, and they only make 10,000 of a figure, guess what? You just lost 10,000 customers.
Exactly.
Because if they can get all of them, they're going to quit.
Right. Yeah. You've said that before. You literally create non-completionists with this stupidity, because there's no way that everybody can be a completionist. It's not possible.
Mm-mm.
The numbers don't add up.
Right.
Isn't that an oxymoron? Pre-order. Subject to availability.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That is literally an oxymoron.
And there's a lot of morons work there from what I understand.
Well, I mean,
One like to put her feet on the cat.
for those of us that have even a basic understanding of English, it's pre, as in before. Before what?
Before, yeah.
Before everybody else orders? No, that's not true.
Nope.
Because everybody's ordering them at the same time. So it's not before anything. The assumption is it's pre-production order.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Before
You're guaranteeing that you're going to get one by pre-ordering it.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Because they haven't even been made yet, right? It's pre-production orders. So the whole pre-order, I'll throw it at you, nomenclature is flat out wrong.
Yep.
It's just
we've seen this picture here on the right months ago.
Yeah.
So we know they're already pre-made.
When did we see this at first? PulseCon or San Diego? They were within 2 weeks of each other. So
San Diego.
So
yep.
Right.
Was it San Diego? I thought it was back in June during Yojo June.
Yeah, it was. It was during Yojo June. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I meant Yojo June, not PulseCon. PulseCon was just in October, but it's been 5 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew we was getting that 5 months ago.
Well, yeah, because to tell you the truth, that it was leaked anyways 2 months before we even saw the first time, right?
Right.
So
crazy talk. But anyway.
Hey, buddy, that's the first cents I've made in 3 weeks. So just.
But anyway, while scouring the internet for these
the internet, there you go.
I stumbled across something, and I found it very interesting. We're always looking, as collectors, we're always looking for those little hints on the boxes. I found this little guy.
No,
This is on the back of the Nemesis Enforcer. I'm gonna call him by his real name.
Is that Ambush Bug?
It is Ambush Bug. He's wearing his skirt. Ambush Bug in his kilt.
It definitely is. But Corey, you know what that is? What's your guess?
Samurai?
Yeah.
Looks like a samurai to me.
I kind of thought, wow, is that Bushido at first? But then I thought, no, that's not a ninja weapon up top there.
Yeah.
That's definitely a Royal Guard sword.
It is. Yeah, that sword, that organic looking sword, right?
Weird tentacle looking stuff there.
Well, the Wi-Fi Cobra Blast sucks apparently, so they all got to have antennas on their heads.
Now everybody's going to ambush bug instead of an ice cream soldier.
Well, I hate to say it, but if they're going out on, like the Once a Man Cobra Commander, there's a lot of other creatures and things from Cobra Law they could do. Besides the 3 original figures.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Globulus, if he come with that big pod, and you could open it up, and that I could see probably being a $60 figure.
Oh, yeah.
And I would probably pay it for that if they do it right.
Yep.
But
I just want to release the Pythona.
That'd be pretty awesome.
To make everybody happy.
If they don't do Python, I'll be shocked.
Oh, I know.
With her on the cover of Void Rivals this month,
Yeah,
she looks exactly the same as she always did.
And the first one you saw from Cobra Law and the Cobra Commander line comic.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah.
First one you saw in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right.
Yep.
Well, not count Cobra Commander, of course.
Right.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that's definitely a Royal Guard.
A lot of people,
It is.
a lot of people made customs of her from a Star Wars figure.
Or a saying.
But technically, in the new comic, and if of course, spoiler alert, if anybody hadn't read it yet, Cobra Commander is not part of Cobra Law. He's an outsider that they basically found and brought him in.
Right.
So he's human in the comic.
Well, think about that for a second, John. They never actually say he's human either.
Right. They didn't.
Right.
Yes, Timothy, you see the Royal Guards in the Cobra Commander comic. And that's what this guy is.
Yeah. I don't remember him looking like that. I'd have to go back and look. But
What if he's one of the what if Cobra Commander turns out to be one of the two different groups from Void Rivals?
He could be.
Maybe that's where that fits in more.
Right. He could very well be, because they were very careful about not saying he's human. He was just from the outside.
Right.
And let's face it, from the looks of it, Cobra Commander is very old, which kind of takes him out of the human running. Does that make sense? I mean, he's inhumanly tough. If you look at what they did to him, that doesn't
the way
seem,
the Dreadnoughts tortured him, man, they
that didn't seem human to me.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But I think John may be onto something there, because somehow, some way, other than the random Transformer or somebody from Cobra Law showing up in Void Rivals, there's got to be a stronger tie made here somewhere, because that's just my thinking. I mean, so I don't know.
You know, he does seem to know a lot about. I mean, I know they got Megatron, but he seems to know a lot about Megatron.
He wasn't all that surprised, was he?
Right. Yeah. So,
what are you doing?
So could they? Of course they are. They already are. That Nemesis Enforcer is straight out of the comic book.
Yeah, rock and roll too.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Rock and roll is. Yeah, and I chicken or the egg. I don't know which came first.
Yeah. I think Stalker and Rock and Roll kind of came first. They based the comic off the new figure.
Off of them,
Right. I see it right here. I see the picture right here. Go to bed, Emmett.
Yeah.
Good night, Emmett.
Good night, Emmett. Right here. Good night, Emmett.
You're breaking that handrail. Get out of there.
I'm not holding on to the handrail.
You're banging into it. Get off there.
Is he wearing a strawberry shortcake shirt?
It is. That's exactly what it is.
It's a Kirby shirt.
No, it's strawberry shortcake.
It looks like strawberry shortcake.
It is. Own it, buddy.
Does it smell like strawberries?
Nope.
Actually, that's a clean.
I guarantee you it don't smell like strawberries.
It's not, bud. Please. Let's break one or the other.
Scratch and sniff him real quick, Dave.
Nope. Nope. Don't need
to. Get me coughing, you get me to laughing.
You don't need to scratch him. You can sniff him already.
Holy cow! Did you wear that at some point in time in the last year, or for a year? That thing stinks.
That's Rottenberry smell.
We're talking about also.
Holy cow!
Corey, you want to talk about your conversation you wanted to strike up?
Yeah, we can. But for this, I think I'm gonna have to come out of costume for this.
Oh, please don't.
I kind of will be kind of pretty serious on this one here. Talking about toxic fan base collected.
This would be interesting.
I've looked up some of the toxic fan bases. Man, this thing's hot, by the way. Woo. I got some wrote down here.
Thought you was doing it without the
Yeah,
mask.
every time I see Auburn on TV, I have the same reaction, Shane. The incident this past week got me to talk about this. Some honorable mentions in toxic collecting. We got Marvel Legends guys. I think that's just honorable mentions. G.I. Joe guys, Transformers, and Barbies. I can
Barbies.
tell you a story about Barbie collectors. My mom. Whew, anyway. Oh yeah, they get wild, man. I'm gonna say number 5 bars collecting toxic collecting bases. NECA. Because if everything just ain't right with NECA, they flip their lids. Number 4, Dave McFarlane. I mean, come on, it's McFarlane. 3 is Funko. Now, these are all my personal opinions I've scoured over the internet, and I'm not knocking nobody. Number 2 is Pokemon cards.
That one, I believe.
And my number 1 toxic fan base is Hot Wheels collectors. These guys, if the card is dinged, they go nuts. What brought all this on, I was in Decatur Wednesday, and I went by Target. And what's going on here? Okay. And well, I knew they had one of the Raptors Talon Claw things from G.I. Joe, and I was gonna go by and get it. Well, I'm bebopping through the store, and I heard this little boy, he's about 8 or 9, and say, "Hey, give it back." And his mama said, "Give it back." I turned the corner. There was this guy, and his race, I'm going to tell you, his race is sour cream. That's how white he was. And I've seen him around before. He had snatched this toy from this kid. And he was dead serious. So I'm about a foot taller, I weigh about 420, 425, so I weigh him like 400 pounds. He may weigh 25 pounds soaking wet, I swear to you. Don't look like he ever seen the sun, but I'm not making fun of him. I don't like the sun some days myself. But anyway, I got the toy back from him. Then there was some more commotions, and he punched me, then wanted to throw in my chest, then had the cops called press charges because he hurt his wrist. So the Target manager got involved, and I said, "Look, I don't want it." I said, "I want the kid to have it." So cops didn't do nothing, told him to go on. The kid got his toy, and Target was nice enough to give me $34 and something in gift cards, so I ordered me one.
Wow.
Look, I understand. We collect these figures, and that's great and everything.
There's a hero in
That was taking the kid. What did you say, Shane?
I said, "There's a hero in Corey."
I mean, we all can't be like Shane. And I've seen Shane karate kick kids before, man.
You get what I got?
I wouldn't say that. He just pushes down people. He just pushes down people at Target. He don't karate kick kids.
I was going to say, you wouldn't be bopping through Target. You'd probably tripping and falling through Target.
What's scary? It's the same Target with all happened at. But yeah, I mean,
what the kid's
and
mother?
I'm gonna tell you, it ain't our group. This guy's. She was like 4 foot tall. What could she do at this point?
Oh, I know 2 places.
But I got the toy back for the kid.
Well, my wife
So,
ain't very big. I'll tell you what, you take something away from one of her kids in the store, you're going to get your front handed to you real quick.
I got the toy back for the kid. And the guys, I've seen him around. I've seen him at Total Nostalgia before. I don't know his name, and I couldn't tell you what his name is, but I know he's not a part of our group. So there's no trouble there. But guys, I mean, really?
You know, it is funny. I mean, I've never been one, and of course I've seen them. You always see them. Hot Wheel Matchbox and Hot Wheel collectors were I know this, and it's been this way for a very long time. There's only one group hated more than Star Wars collectors, and that's the Matchbox Hot Wheel collectors.
Yeah, the
in
top
the
two are
retail
Star
world.
Wars. Star Wars is number one. And Hot Wheels is number two. Very close number two.
And I remember when Star Wars collectors were probably the nicest people on the planet, but something happened. And now,
Disney.
the happiest place on earth happened, right? Yeah.
Disney started making Star Wars movies, and that kind of turned the sour
geez,
note on them.
please.
Shout out to the nice lady who took care of me at Target.
Yeah, that's
She didn't
awesome.
have to do that, and I told her she
No,
could.
she didn't. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm an easygoing guy. I just don't like people abusing children and stuff of that nature.
Oh, no.
That kind of ticks me off. And I mean,
Well,
it's a toy, and it's like it ain't like.
He's lucky it was
It
you
ain't
there,
like-
because if you punched me in the chest, he would still be there at Target.
Well, Shane, I'm afraid if I'd done anything to him, I would have put my arm through him.
Well, so be
I'm
it.
serious. He looked like he missed like 80 meals in his lifetime.
A person like that deserves what they get.
I'd have tossed him in the pool, huh, John?
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no doubt.
Sure.
I'd toss him over the pool.
I
Funny
swear
dumb
to you, I
ass.
could have sneezed on him and he'd ended up in Huntsville.
Yeah,
I mean, but still, I mean, that's just wrong.
Yeah. But speaking about Star
That's all
Wars,
I got to talk about. Go ahead.
speaking about Star Wars, these were revealed in London.
It's the Saboba, huh?
I know nothing about these because I hardly ever watched the Star Wars stuff. So
Yeah, episode 1.
What's in there with him?
it looks like one of my things he would eat in the episode one.
Oh, yeah.
Little,
Yeah.
whatever it was, froggy things.
Yeah, space frogs on a desert planet, which always makes sense.
But I mean,
Wasn't there something, or was it maybe it was in one of the novels about Tatooine used to be like a water planet or mostly water, and something happened and
I don't
it
know.
become a desert?
Maybe.
I thought I read
I
something.
thought they
about
said that in the first episode about a star died or something other, and it messed up their whatever, and the tides changed or something other.
I guess
Well,
I remember watching the first episode one.
that
Two
second
suns.
sun lit up and kind of dried everything up. I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, that's canon. But I think about this figure myself. It should be half price
He's half as big, right?
because he's half as big, man. I
Yeah.
mean, he's just like Wicked, the Ewoks they do. Only half the size. And like with the Grogu Black Series, they give you a little egg to tote him around in, and they still charge you $25 for it. I
Right.
mean, I don't know. I don't see that.
What about the robot that comes with Grogu and the two little tiny aliens?
Yeah.
And they want 20. What was it? $35 for it?
$35.99.
$33.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Them's accessories. Them two little aliens. Them's accessories. That's no different. Extra pair of hands.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way when I see a Rey Mysterio figure for sale.
A what?
Jeez.
A Rey Mysterio figure for sale.
Oh,
I do like this figure.
Is this
She's
Sadie?
pretty cool.
Oh, no. It's Luminara, right?
Yeah, I think is this her
Yep.
first Black Series? I'm not sure. Some of you guys might could say.
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
think maybe that's the first time I've ever seen a Black Series figure ever saw. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think it was the first Black Series of her.
I quit keeping up with them.
But
God, back when they went to the black and red boxes.
right,
What was her apprentice's name? I can't remember her apprentice. Her apprentice looked very similar, but in black. What was her name?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
it started with an O. What was her name? I know the one you're talking about.
I can't remember. Yeah, she was one of the other. She was a Jedi, but she had an apprentice. Which her and Obi-Wan were the only ones that had apprentices. which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
I
we're
wish I
counting
would have.
Clone Wars with Ahsoka and Anakin, but in original,
Right.
in the movies, she had no, it's not Ahsoka. It's what was her name?
I don't know. Like I said, I watched the movie,
Oh,
but
Onus, something like
Yeah,
Onus,
something like that, right? And it was always weird because the first deleted scene in episode 3, she's killed. Grievous kills her,
yeah,
but they never give account for her apprentice, and it was always assumed that he had already killed her when that scene happened that was deleted.
right.
Let's see. I can tell you in a minute because I've actually got a list of a lot of the first Star Wars figures. I got all
used to
kinds of
know
lists
all
of
this
action
stuff right
figures.
off my head. I can't.
But she's a great looking figure. I wish I would have collected like just the Jedi's and the Sith Lords.
See, look at that lightsaber blade, though. Look at that.
It's bent.
It's bent.
Yep.
Same plastic issues.
Which the one
It's refracting light.
the one she's holding looks a lot darker than yeah, Ahsoka don't start with an O, it starts with an A.
Yeah.
I do know
Can't
that.
remember her name.
Then this is the other reveal for the first day.
Oh yeah, Shaq T.
Yep. Which he's really cool looking also.
Shaq T. There was a scene where they show Shaq T get killed in Order 66.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Ayla Secure and
Was it Osaka?
no, that's a place in Japan.
So was Okinawa.
Okinawa. No.
Karate Kid was
Barisafi.
there.
There you go. Barisafi. Thank you.
What is it?
Barisafi.
That's it. Yeah.
With
I knew one of her names had an O, and I couldn't remember his first or last name.
Yep. Barisafi. Boy,
Thank
I
you,
was
Jim.
remember this stuff right up the top of my head. Now it's all gone.
But yeah, those three were from day one.
Yep.
And
Shaq
this
T
is-
was on the council too, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then you had what was the blue tentacle? What was her name?
Oh, that's Ayla Secure.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've already made her though, I believe.
And
Oh, have they?
maybe.
Had been made.
If they did, she'd be a popular figure.
Yeah. I think it's cool they're making these Jedi's.
I still can't. It still bothers me that I don't know the Clone Wars and Ahsoka. That whole thing just still bothers me. I can't help it.
What's that?
Well, how did he have a Padawan when he wasn't a master? And she kept calling him master, but he wasn't a master.
Yeah, I don't know. I never got into that. But I'll never get into the Clone Wars stuff.
I mean,
it really doesn't make any sense because that's
Do what I do. Blame it on Disney.
that's a pretty major thing.
yeah. I mean, they let him be on the Jedi Council in Episode 3, but they wasn't going to give him the title Master, and that's what ticked him off.
Right.
Started driving him toward the dark side.
Which was kind of silly because he basically had been a general for a number of years, and I mean, and had his own Padawan, which was very strange. I don't. That was kind of weird.
And it really made me. The whole thing really makes me question Obi-Wan's training skills because I mean, come on, the kid. It was a nice little boy, but by the time he got to a teenager, of course, I know how teenagers are, so maybe Obi-Wan just couldn't do anything with him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They all go to the dark side.
There's nothing wrong with the dark side.
Yeah, but you don't chop them up. You wait around about 13, they'll go to the dark side. They'll show back up around 22, 23. They'll be cool to hang out with again.
No.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. He got the apprentice before Episode 3. How did he get an apprentice if he wasn't a master?
It doesn't make any sense. And then, like you said,
makes no sense.
they denied him being a master. You know,
Yeah.
our own council.
I thought you could only have an apprentice if you were a master.
Makes sense, right? But you know what? Well, no, wait a second, because they said the same thing. They said the same thing to Obi-Wan, right? At the end of Episode 1. How can I take on an apprentice? The council has decided to bestow upon you that title of master, right? And then,
Yep.
take on Anakin, you will.
Mm-hmm.
Good job with Yoda there, man. Yeah, those were from day one. The next one will be day 2 figures. And this guy is pretty cool looking.
Savage Opress, yeah. Darth Maul, he was related somehow, right? But beyond just being of the same species, I think they had some kind of relation. I don't know. I didn't pay really hardly any attention to the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Adam tells us here a little something. I ain't never called none of my teachers.
But still, he's not supposed to have an apprentice unless he's a master.
Right.
That's why they made Obi-Wan a master at the end of episode 1.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they made a point of making Obi-Wan a master.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
But this is Darth Maul's brother.
Yeah, I think Adam's right. There was some kind of relation there. So
Cool.
Yeah.
They definitely weren't twins.
No. One's yellow.
He is a very cool looking figure though. Wonder which one was older. You may know which one was older.
Good question.
Yeah, these are some really nice looking figures. I like them. But he goes up for pre-order on the 28th. Summer of 25.
Just another thing to jam up the system, right?
Yep.
Oh, we haven't. Hi, Matt. No, we haven't talked about the Ecto one yet.
And we talked about
it briefly last week, right?
Yeah.
You guys did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is one of them from day 2.
I think HasLab's worth the money
from the
just
series.
Yeah, this is from the Kenobi series.
I got to tell you, I sat here the other day and I watched that final lightsaber fight between Obi-Wan and Vader from that series, and I have to tell you, it's so that 8 or 9 minutes of that fight between he and Darth Vader,
Yeah.
is so close to actually redeeming the rest of that show. I mean,
Yep.
it's that good. That is that good.
Well, that's exactly what I said with the Acolyte. The saber fights in there was amazing.
Yeah.
They were great, but everything else was hot trash.
That whole that whole scene where Obi-Wan figures it out that Darth Vader really is Anakin Skywalker is just crushing. And then to say, I'm not your failure, man, that is just amazing. What a piece of work that was.
Let's address Matt's question there, guys, if y'all want to real quick. He wants to know if we think it's worth the money.
I think so.
I think the deluxe version is, but not the regular version. You know what I mean? They've got 2 versions. They have the standard version and they have the deluxe version. And the deluxe version is only like $50 higher than the standard version. And you get 4 figures, a whole lot more accessories with the deluxe version. So for me, the deluxe version is worth it. The standard version, not so much.
I'm going to have to go with Shane on that.
Oh, yeah. If I was going to get one, I'd definitely go deluxe.
Yeah.
1 second. I can tell you the prices on this.
$324 and $399, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I believe you're right.
Yep. $324 for the standard version and $399 for the deluxe. Yep.
I'll tell you what I think, Matt, and you have to understand this is coming from I enjoyed the first 2 movies way back. I really did. But I don't own a piece of Ghostbusters anything. And to be perfectly honest with you, they never will. But I will say this. To build a 6-inch scale 1959 Cadillac ambulance with the back door and the side doors and even the basic version with and this is a massive congratulations and kudos to Hasbro on this one. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's 22 inches long, which is, I would say, in my opinion, I think even the base version is worth $325, but the better bargain is definitely that deluxe because I mean,
Oh yeah.
four
And
figures.
If
The
you're going
extra
to back it, you
top.
better do it quick too. Because if you don't back it within the first 2 weeks, you don't get the Tully.
Yeah.
Early bird.
Right, which
I thought it got unlocked if they got so many by the first two.
It's an early bird.
Wasn't it?
they wanted you to meet all of what 12 or 14,000 in 2 weeks to get that fifth figure. Fifth Ghostbuster because you get Slimer and Librarian Ghost and
because
I mean, honestly, that's my take on it. I think even the base version is worth that much money because it's a beautiful piece. But the better value, I mean, hands down, the better value is the deluxe. Because, I mean, there's another $100 in just figures for $70 plus the extra top with the electronics and everything else, which would probably be another 40 or 50. But I think it's a beautiful piece, and that's cool.
Well, Dave, you're a McFarlane guy, so what do you think about what all the McFarlane people are saying about it? That McFarlane can put out a Batmobile with lights and sounds cheaper than that.
Not even remotely the same thing.
No,
they're not even remotely the same thing. No, I'm sorry. Look, as a huge Batmobile fan, I mean, and I'm picky about those, believe it or not. There isn't any comparison to any of the McFarlane Batmobiles to that Ecto-1. That's not it's not even. They're not even in the same league.
No,
they're just not. That Ecto-1 is an incredible piece of design, if you ask me. I just. And I bought the Flash. I bought the Batwing from the Flash movie. That's $275, and there's no electronics in that. Now, is it huge? Yes. Is it cool? Absolutely. So that kind of gives you a good gauge on just what a good deal that Ecto-1 is compared to, compare it to the Hiss
I think they're comparing it to the last Batmobile, which has got lights and sound now.
Yeah, but the last Batmobile, this newer one that's coming out this week, like Adam was just talking about, and I mean, it's a roadster. Doesn't even have a top.
Right.
It doesn't have anywhere near the detail like opening doors and all of that kind of stuff, and the gurney and two figures, and you know what I'm saying. It's just not. It's not. They're not in the same league. It's not.
If you look at the video, if you watch the video and they showed the dash on the inside of the Ecto-1, it had all the detail and everything.
Yeah.
No, it's an amazing
piece too. So I mean,
yeah.
I was just asking Dave's opinion. He's into the McFarlane stuff. If it was me making a decision, I'd get the Ecto-1. But
Oh yeah. They're not in the same league, Corey. No, not in my opinion. They're not.
But
to add some lights and a couple of sounds that whatever. I mean, you can go to Dollar General and buy cars that make sounds. I mean, seriously, that's not that big a deal. The detail that went into that Ecto-1 is just a whole other level. So I mean,
but if I'm reading it right, in order to get the Tully, you have to be with the first 12,000 backers.
12,000.
Want to be there within 2 weeks.
Yeah. I thought they just had to get 12,000 back, and then everybody get it like they did with a Hiss tank.
It's weird the way they've got it worded. So I mean, you just have.
So there's a lot of questions around the Hiss tank and that tactician.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people confused on it.
They clearly said it was part if you backed it within the first 2 weeks. And here it don't say that.
Yeah.
It just says within the first 12,000 backers.
Which is the minimum number. So they want it fully back within 2 weeks. You get an early bird, is what they're saying.
It's called 2 weeks to Tully early bird special.
Right.
I'll read it and see if y'all might make better heads, but it says we couldn't celebrate the hilarious following up to Ghostbusters, the title Ghostbuster 2, without including the unofficial fifth Ghostbuster. As a special bonus, if the Ghostbuster Plasmum Series Ecto 1 Anniversary Edition traps the minimum backer amount within the first 14 days of the campaign, all backers will receive a 6-inch Lewis Tully.
Yes, as all backers will receive it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think everybody.
Yeah, but we did talk about this because I remember bringing this up. Oh, well, maybe we talked about it on the side. I think it's very strange that if you look at the count, they don't have a separate count for each version of the car.
Right. Exactly.
So here they're saying if they get enough of the high end, the $400 car,
right,
in 2 weeks, then. But how are they keeping track of that? Because
I thought it said total of the.
Yeah.
I thought I read where it said total.
Both of them.
So you could have 6,000 of the regular and 6,000 deluxe. That gives you 12,000. That's the way I read it.
I got it confused again, I guess. And I was hearing that if they sold 12,000 of the deluxe ones in 14 days, then everybody gets this Tully figure, whatever.
Yeah.
It says here also, yes, that means if the early bird special is unlocked in the first 2 weeks, everyone that backs the project throughout the duration of the campaign will receive this awesome Ghostbuster action figure. If it makes it
unlocked
1,000.
They're just doing that, trying to hurry up and get it pushed through in the first 2 weeks.
Right now, it's hit a wall, buddy. Because it hit 50% like that.
Yeah.
And it's just now to 60%.
And my concern is, like I said, Mattel did the same thing about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ecto 1, because I backed it back then. And it didn't come anywhere close to hitting what they needed to make it. So it never got made.
Oh.
And I can't
Here's
remember
what I don't
numbers,
understand.
but I don't even think it was 12,000. I'm thinking it was something like 7,000 or 8,000. But
here's what I don't understand and I don't get about it. I thought the Plasma series was a failure in Hasbro's eyes. Because they only come out with them 4 figures, and I think a deluxe, like a set for Comic-Con, that was it.
oh no, they come out. There's 3 sets of Ghostbusters.
Right.
You had the regular, then you had the ones where they were all slimed, and then you had then you had the ones from Afterlife.
Right.
Then you had the kids from Afterlife. Then you had the dogs, the Build-A-Figure dog, and then they done a Pulse exclusive that had Tully with a thing on his head, and he come with a dog.
Mm-hmm.
They made several.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
car.
but I mean, as far as general release, but my point is, I thought it was flagged as a failure at Hasbro.
Apparently not.
I think mainly
I want to know. If so, who greenlit this? Is what I want to understand.
Well, I mean, you've had 2 movies.
Asper.
You've had 2 movies since too.
Yeah.
I mean, since Mattel flopped, you've had 2 movies since that definitely rekindled.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And maybe, I mean, let's
Did they even come out?
Maybe the collector just hadn't aged enough 10, 12 years ago whenever Mattel did it for the full nostalgia effect to kick in. And these movies definitely booted that up.
I know the Proton packs and all those. That was the only one that funded that. Well, the Sky Striker funded, but not fully.
Right.
The Rancor Monster didn't fund at all, but
the
Proton pack got fully funded.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean,
I think a bunch of cosplayers got in on that Proton pack.
Yeah.
I don't think they're necessarily toy collectors. Because let's face it,
I know some cosplayers.
You could ever make one. So
maybe they just offer a full scale Ecto 1 for HasLab, and you get all the cosplayers to buy one, so they have one to drive up.
Oh yeah,
$80,000. I bought one.
But this one is.
I wanted one. I was in high school.
This one's very strange to offer 2 versions, a deluxe and a. I hate to say
it's not 2 versions. All it is with the deluxe. When you order the deluxe, you just get that add on top.
Yeah.
And 4 figures and,
And 4
hubcaps.
figures. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, no, I get that, but I mean, I'm just, for lack of a better word, I was saying versions, but
Yeah.
the only tier is this early bird thing.
Yep.
I think the HasLab model's going away. I think they've just
Mhm.
kind of already committed to this one.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's to me, it's better because you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
So I mean, it's to me, it's a better way of doing it.
And
Well,
I mean, don't.
I think put it up front. Say, okay, we need X number, and here's all you get. Instead of this, well, if you get this and you hit this mark, you get this. People, when they back it, they want to know what they're paying for.
Yep.
Hmm.
I mean, the tiers.
That's my thoughts.
The tiers are kind of exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you check it every day, so you give their website more pay. You know, foot traffic. But to know you're actually going to get everything you want is better for me than being surprised on not getting something.
I'll be honest. I was disappointed not to get the crew with the Sky Striker.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was one of the perks to it was actually having the ground crew.
Right.
You know.
Yep. No, I agree. I don't know.
No more patches, please. No more patches.
That one is that right there is going to go down in infamy as a big old flop. I mean, that was just a cost cutting thing that that those planes ought to show up 6 months early.
Yeah,
as they're escorting the guy out the door at Hasbro. I really thought the Patriots was a good idea.
Right. He was one of the first ones to go.
Now, who was the guy? What's the name of the guy that everybody loves so much on the Transformers team that got the axe Friday or Thursday?
Oh, I don't know. Same way with
Walden,
the
Warden.
Yeah, something like that.
Very, very well loved guy. I got to tell you, to read. I guess he put up an Instagram post and it showed up on my feed. Transformers group. I know how interconnected everything is now, but apparently he was told he was laid off the day before he was supposed to get on the plane to go to London,
right,
for the Comic-Con this weekend. Now that is just flat out crap.
Yep. Right. I agree with you on that one.
Well, it would have been worse if he got to the airport and they'd find out his tickets had been canceled. What are you talking about? Well, didn't they tell you?
That would be terrible too.
It's just terrible, And you get the CEO saying, "Thanks, great. It's been great working with you. We wish you all the best." And then you read those stories and you're going, "You people are so full of crap."
I will say this.
You too.
I will say this. If I was going to be laid off in that situation, I would rather it be before I got on the plane to go to London than to get to London and then they do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I got a free trip to London. They had to fly me back.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
Anyway, we can get back to.
Yeah, let's do something productive. Obi-Wan.
We got some comments about this, and Adam popped this one in there. That was a great line.
It was.
In that movie.
I am what remains.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
I'm pretty sure the fire is what done most of the damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what got him. Oh, we answered your question anyway, Matt. What we thought about it.
Yeah. Yep.
His nickname was Patches. We might have to ban this guy or something. But anyway, back to Obi-Wan. Just kidding, Tim. We love you, buddy. This is a good looking figure. It's the vintage collection, but it does look pretty good. I mean,
I still think it's funny that Anakin tried jumping over Obi-Wan and he cut his legs off, but when Obi-Wan had no problem jumping over Darth Maul and cutting him in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you guys know that move is a forbidden? It's a forbidden technique. The Jedi forbid them to use that technique because apparently it was a big deal with the Sith. So Obi-Wan pulled a fast one when he did that to Maul because Maul didn't expect the Jedi to do that because they thought that move was dishonorable.
Right.
So there's a weird tie there where Anakin was a Sith and he goes ahead and tries it, but he wasn't quite Sith enough yet. Obi-Wan's like, don't do it, Anakin. I have the high ground. And it's just like, no, screw you. I'm going to do it anyways. Flat. There goes 2 legs and an arm. And, I told you, dummy. Yeah, I thought that was interesting that move was banned by the Jedi and Obi-Wan pulled a fast one.
Right.
So yeah,
this was the next one that was, and I don't get it.
Stuff.
I don't get it. The other stuff is just still sitting there.
Does he got goat legs?
No, he's got regular legs. I think.
Really? Those look like
yeah, it looks like the packaging.
Oh, because it curves in.
Yeah.
Some more of that great packaging we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck getting him out of there.
The black series of these is just sitting at every Walmart I've seen.
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
They're just sitting there.
This is the worst I've seen Star Wars sell in a long time. I mean, seriously, I've never seen figures sell like they've been sitting here lately.
I think Star Wars is pretty much in its rope like Marvel is.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, guys. Star Wars product has been continuously on the shelf for 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's not a forever filling well, I mean, it's not infinite. So, I don't know, man. I have to tell you, I read the Hasbro earnings report that came out Friday. And believe it or not, because of the 40th anniversary, Transformers, so far in the first 3 quarters of this year, Transformers has been the only action figure line that has been profitable. But still, overall, they still dropped 5% this year. But in that report that was coming from the reporter, they were saying that internally, Hasbro has absolutely had it with Star Wars because they are just bleeding money.
Yep.
They can't make enough successful product to make up for the losses from Star Wars product. They just can't do it.
Yep.
And
the only profitable Star Wars stuff is Lego. They're the only ones selling anything Star Wars wise.
Yep. And licensing, better pay attention to this one. Licensing off or sub-licensing these product lines out was a 7% profit margin for Hasbro.
Yep. Well,
so and I guess it's been this way for like at least 3 years that Hasbro has absolutely had it in Star Wars. They're sick of it. They can't do anything right. It just doesn't sell. So there's that.
Well, I think that's why they're going back and doing Luke and Leia again. They're trying to go back to the stuff that did sell, and I don't know if it may be too late because I think a lot of people just got a bad taste in their mouth with Star Wars now.
You can't keep making the same figures over and over and over again. Expect people to continue to buy them.
Yeah, nice. That's what I mean. It's not an infinite well. I mean, how many Tatooine Lukes are you going to buy? How many earmuff Leias are you going to buy?
And you can't keep making.
I think they got a 2-part problem.
Diz and Nee.
Yes, and that. You're right.
Mickey and Minnie.
Go ahead, Corey. What do you think?
Like I said, they're two-part problems. This the newer shows and stuff are really not catching on with the older audience, and the older people is only ones buying these collections.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah. And
so they're gonna have to go back to the original stuff to make money.
And I think,
but we don't want original stuff. We've got the original stuff. Right. We want new stuff that is good. Right. We don't want new stuff that is crap, and that's what we're getting. We're getting crap. Right. I hate it.
But I think the new shows did catch on.
I think if they really wanted something profitable right now with the Black Series, they would go back and do like Cantina figures that have not been done, like the 2 twins that they done with the HasLab. and some other Cantina figures and Jabba's palace. There's a bunch of figures that they hadn't made of some of those characters.
Right. PG
Things that
PG.
were with the original trilogy that would appeal to old time collectors.
Right. Because that is, like Corey said, we are the people buying this stuff.
Yep.
Kids aren't buying them in the toy aisles. You hardly ever see a kid in the toy aisle. You go to the video game aisle and you see them all over the place.
It isn't. It's
not buying them.
It's an interesting idea because, the deep dive stuff. I think that's basically what John's talking about. The deep dive stuff is what is actually selling with McFarlane. It's actually what's selling with Marvel Legends, right? It's these ones that we never had before. You know, McFarlane was talking about this rookie card idea with figures, never been made before, right? Deep dive figures. Look, this question is going to be almost impossible to find. That McFarlane question. It's the more obscure stuff that's actually selling because that's what we want.
Right. Stuff that we don't have.
Right. So stop. You know what, McFarlane, and I believe this because his customer base right now for the DC Multiverse are adults. He could never make another Batman figure again, and it wouldn't make a lick of difference.
Yeah.
To anybody but Walmart who we got to have Batman and Superman on the pegs all the time. Well, half of your stores don't even carry them anymore. So who are you to dictate to the manufacturer what they should and shouldn't be doing? If we got obscure characters to fill in the holes on our teams and everything else, that will sell. John is 100% right on that one. Go back, do the Cantina. Go back. You know what? There's a ton of There's a ton of EU stuff for the first 45 years before Disney touched it that could be done, right? Man, just do collector lines. Stop pretending children are buying this stuff. Do collector lines. Make the stuff
they can make 12 or 15 different Hoth Rebel troops, and you would sell them like crazy. Different faces, different bodies, different uniforms, and you would sell that stuff like crazy, man.
Yeah, have a good week, Adam.
Yeah, have a good week, Adam.
I'm not saying don't make any of the new stuff because I think just make it much smaller, realistic numbers if you're going to do it because this stuff is way overproduced for the audience for it. Way overproduced.
And the reason I say that is because troop builders, people love troop builders.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you can make 50 different Rebel troopers and people would buy them.
Yep.
They won't one of every one.
That's like
you want
different.
Right. So that's what this was about G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yep. Same way with G.I. Joe. You're right.
Yep. Oh yeah, the bread and butter money in the classified line even has been the troop builders.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I mean, you don't buy 10 shipwrecks.
No.
You know, but you look at all the different Vipers and stuff and troopers and, you know.
Yep.
And, you know, bats and crimson bats and Arctic bats and, you know, you got snow serpents and eels and, you know, all of the different Vipers that have been made and the Crimson Guardsmen, you know, and it's just, those are what trouble bubbles. Yep. I know that, and it's odd to me that those are still up on Pulse because they disappeared for a long time.
Yep.
Army builders are it with especially now that photography has turned into the thing that it has. With we grown-ups, so to speak, have actually found a way to play with our toys and be cool about it. And photography is it, right? And the diorama building and stuff like that. We figured out how to play with our stuff and still be cool.
Goes hand in hand. Building dioramas goes right in with the photography people.
Oh, big time, yeah. Because you really don't do one without the other. You're going to have a diorama outside, or you're going to build something. I mean, so yeah.
But
another thing.
Number one profit. Let's look at these guys.
Yeah. Age of the what?
Prime.
Oh, so this is old stuff.
Age of the Prime, which I mean, this Megatron tank had been made before, but they just upped it. Turned it black and purple with some flames on it. Man, it looks great.
The 13. Huh?
Yeah.
What was this? This a comic series? Where does this come from?
Wasn't the Gen 2 Megatron a tank? Wasn't that where that comes from?
So.
Yeah, I got him. I got him over here. Yeah. Mine's just lighter gray and don't have the fire effects.
Yep. It's a great looking figure. Excellent.
Yeah, because
I have always been impressed with the engineering that goes into Transformers toys.
Oh yeah, I hate them because I can't put them together. But
just, it's amazing they're not more expensive than they are because the man hour that goes into these things is just amazing.
They're $50 and $60 for something like this one right here.
Yeah,
it's pretty dang expensive.
The Gen 2
I can't put together.
I think the Gen 2 was what, early 90s?
Yeah, early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is some of the box art here.
See, but that doesn't even look like Megatron. That's kind of weird. I'm going to do all the figures.
I wonder if they ever built a Transformer that will actually transform for a 1/12 scale G.I. Joe.
It would be massive, man.
Yeah, no.
Well, I know that.
It would be absolutely massive.
Yeah, don't give them no ideas because that'd be the next HasLab. Then they'd be getting G.I. Joe and Transformer collectors buying it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that line's so successful. When they done the Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con sets, they sold like crazy because you had Joe and Transformer collectors buying it.
Right. I saw the Triple T set in GameStop here, 2 weeks ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was out already.
Yeah, boys were freaking out over it.
I hadn't got it or the Thunder Machine.
Corey run to it. You hear that, Corey? Triple T Transformers.
What's that?
Triple T Transformers.
Yeah, I heard that. How much is it going? How much are they going for?
I think they were 50, weren't they? 50 or 60?
12?
It was like 20 or something.
No, it wasn't either.
It was way more than 20. Yeah, pre-orders for that one's October 28th.
Two O-ring
Like
figures.
the Thunder Machine was like $80, wasn't it?
Yeah,
$70 or $80. Yeah. Yeah, they ain't cheap.
Now this did.
Me and Shane needs going big massive holiday hunt again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go hunt with you. Not you getting in fights in Target.
This is awful tempting right here.
Oh yeah, the Constructicons.
Yeah. I always wanted them when I was a kid. I think I had 2 of them. I never did get all 6, but
yeah, this is the first 2 they're making.
Yeah,
my understanding.
And what I saw, they're putting them out every 2 or 4 months. It's going to be spread out through like a 6-month period.
Right.
That's interesting.
Right. But they're cool, man. I always did like the Constructicons.
Yeah.
Those are also going to be on the 28th, which will mean more trouble trying to order stuff.
I guess I'd have to talk to a Transformers guy, but they really don't look all that much different to me than the originals did.
They're just bigger, aren't they?
A lot more tooling into them, too. They look the same.
Yeah.
I think because this is a different scale, isn't it? And more like a 6-inch scale.
Yeah, it is. And they were tiny back in the day.
Yeah, they actually were, weren't they? They were only 2.5, 3 inches or one of them.
And then they come out with them again a few years back, wasn't it?
Walmart had them
and stuff like that.
Walmart had them when they were
weird movie version, wasn't it?
Right. Well,
Dark of the Moon, not Dark of the Moon. But,
well, when they done the G1 reissues that Walmart did here,
right.
That was they actually had the set with all 6 of them in it.
Yeah, I do remember.
That was back before COVID.
Mm-hmm. And then next on the agenda is the Marvel stuff, which I don't know nothing about Marvel, so this is all you guys.
Three figures for the new Captain America movie, and they're all deluxes. They're all 3 deluxe figures. That's what I said. They're killing it with these. I mean, they're going to kill their customer base if they keep doing these $40 and $50 figures.
Right.
Wow.
That Hulk will be
honestly, I'm
probably
thinking
$40.
$49. I think that's
It's $49.
Being honest with you, I'm thinking about just getting rid of all my MCU stuff and just going straight comic now.
That's what I did a long time ago.
Yeah. But they just come out with a Red Hulk. What, like a month ago?
Yeah, the comics version. Yeah.
Well, this is the Harrison Ford
Yeah,
Red
but that's
Hulk.
supposed to be Harrison Ford there.
Yeah.
That's not Harrison Ford, y'all. He's 97 years old.
Yeah, but let him get a little gamma
Supposed to be
ray.
Harrison
See
How
how
much gamma ray he takes, he's still going to fall off of his horse. I have no idea who this guy is.
I don't know who that
Birdman.
is. Is that the
That's
new
Falcon. Yeah, it's a new.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the new Falcon.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Is that Harrison Ford too?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's not Bucky, is it?
Oh Lord, that would be ridiculous.
Or does he start out as a Falcon in the first of the movie and then he goes Captain America? I don't know.
Well, he's already Captain America, isn't he?
Well, he should be.
I think this is new Falcon. I don't know who it is plays him in the movie.
I don't know anything about. I know the very basic stuff about Marvel, period, let alone the MCU stuff. I watched
I don't
through.
know anything about this new crap.
I watched through the end of Endgame, and that was basically it. Well, no, we watched WandaVision, but then it was kind of like, why am I watching this? So
I've been enjoying the Agatha All Along series.
For me, this is the dumbest Captain
Now,
America in the world.
I do like how they. I do like how his wings are more articulated now.
now, in the comics, did he ever take over the role of Captain America, or was this just a movie thing?
No, he did in the comics too.
Did he?
And it looks very similar to the MCU. Yeah, they've actually done a comic version figure. I think he wasn't in the.
It was a Target exclusive, wasn't it?
Wasn't he the one in the 3-pack that had Kate Bishop and the Modern Vision? There was a 3-pack they done.
I believe so.
Probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Well, they done a Target exclusive of the him had that version of Captain America.
Show him, Dave.
I think that's what Dave's got right there.
Well, this is the thing that Silas came up with this at Holly's, didn't he?
No, it was at Target.
It was at Target. Silas came up with this one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's the Target exclusive. That's it.
This looks more comic book than MCU.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I know they've done a comic version of it.
The shield is different too. So
that's the comic version right there.
This is the comic version?
Yes, sir. That's Target exclusive. I passed on it hoping to get it cheaper.
It looks comic booky compared to the MCU stuff. So
that was another $34 figure.
Yeah. Tim said Sam took it over for a short time. I don't know. It's dumb to me.
I think he's been Captain America. Bucky's been Captain America. Captain America's been Captain America again.
Oh, finally they're doing the.
Was a digital render there.
But it's not the first appearance. It's because her first appearance, her belly was exposed.
Woohoo! Well, we can't do all that now.
But but by I think the 3rd or 4th issue that she went with a full on, which that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm just glad to finally get one.
She was getting asteroid dust in her belly button and had to cover up.
Exactly. Too much dust in the belly.
Back in the 70s, if they made a female superhero, it was usually for the appeal of it, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because you remember I Dream of Jeannie, that was the big scandal.
Yeah.
Most of that show had to be reshot because if the shorts fell down too low and you saw Barbara Eden's belly button, the censors wouldn't allow it. So they had to reshoot hundreds of scenes because if you saw her belly button, the censors would
still dream of Jeannie.
She's still around. She's the same age as my parents. She's 94 years old.
I do too.
version.
This isn't a bad looking figure.
Nah, it's a decent looking figure for
Huh.
the female version of Captain Marvel.
Well,
No,
that's
it's
the
not.
original Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Miss
This
If I
Marvel.
run across it at Ollie's, I'll pick it
Miss
up.
Marvel. This one won't make it to Ollie's.
Yeah.
This one be snatched up quick. So if you want to get that, you better
Probably.
get it.
Yeah, probably.
But then next up is Dave's favorite subject.
I don't know that. Oh Lordy, I can't wait to hear this.
I remember this game, and for its time, it was okay. But why in the world he decided that these 4 figures was a good idea is just really out there. I don't. Like I said, this game isn't even playable
I think
anymore.
that was only 4 figures you could choose in the game.
What's that?
I think that was the only 4 figures you could choose to play in the game.
Oh no, Wonder Woman was in there, Green Arrow was in there, Zatanna was in there. There's a ton of characters that were unlockable in that game, and this is what they come up with. But if you look at the close-ups, like the bat symbol on his chest and the S, they're digitized like it's from a video game. You see it?
Yes, sir.
It's just this was
Yes,
stupid.
sir.
This is just stupid. That whole "I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair" Aquaman thing is just weird. I don't know what's up with that.
The wind's blowing his hair that way, but it's blowing.
Well, it's like he's underwater.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Crazy.
he's not. It's just this was such a bizarre choice. I don't know who on the design team thought that these were the ones to go with, but it's just.
For me, my problem, if I was a McFarlane collector, my problem would be the fact that they gave us a Build-A-Figure of Darkseid that they just give us one
They
up.
just did. Yeah, a much better one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's to me, that would piss me right off.
I don't understand this. I don't understand this choice at all. At all.
But
This is going to be a hard pass for me.
Oh, yeah.
Darkseid was the main villain in the game, correct?
Yeah.
So
Who was?
Darkseid.
Oh, he was the main one.
Yeah.
So I mean, but still, it would aggravate the pee out of me that he just give us a great one and then we're gonna put a Build-A-Figure in with this guy.
You know what's really, really frustrating about this whole thing? This could have been his opportunity to give us another classic muted colored Wonder Woman. He could have given us Zatanna. He could have given us a classic Green Arrow, and pick one. Pick a 4th if you just have to do this Build-A-Figure.
Mm-hmm.
They would have killed it. It would have absolutely killed it. You would not have been able to buy any of these figures anywhere at any time. But he does this instead. It's just like, wow,
same
buddy, I
4
don't get
figures.
you. I got a pile of figures here. I was gonna try to talk about the whole sticker thing, but I guess we'll talk about that next week because it's just.
And we still got 10 minutes.
What do you think about the Call of Duty Spawn figure
I think it's
that McFarlane's doing?
we've seen it in the stores. It's
Kind of goofy.
stupid. I mean, seriously.
I bought
just
one.
making Al Simmons, Spec Ops figure. Trying to tie it in with Call of Duty is just dumb. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that was a pack you bought. I think it was for Modern Warfare 3. I bought him. And, I mean, it's a cool figure.
yeah. I just think the crossover
Got a wired
stuff.
cape too small.
I like that. I like the addition of the wire capes. I mean, I think they are onto something with that.
I did read, though, why he made the capes longer so that you could pose them flowing.
You're right.
Because if you had a shorter cape, you couldn't get as good of a pose with it flowing out.
Right.
That was the reason for the capes being longer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes perfect sense with the cape being longer.
Yeah.
Quit being a tight one. Just put one of each size in there with it.
Exactly. Right. Quit
It's
it.
not going to happen.
I
You
mean,
want to pay $20 more for it, John.
Whichever one you want.
I mean, compared to what Hasbro does, McFarlane doesn't know how to make an animal figure. That's for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to give Hasbro props on that. The animals are cool.
Oh, yeah, their animals are cool.
But old Todd just makes statues, which is a real shame because we're getting Ace and we got Crypto, and there's been some cool animals that really should have been cool, but not so much. Did you guys hear about? You guys have heard about the sticker thing with McFarlane, or have you? Did you hear about any of this mess?
We talked about it briefly, but
They going to digital stickers now?
No. Might as well. I'll show you what the deal is. I'll show you what the deal is as far as I can tell. So these were the regular figures, right? I just grabbed random ones that are still open, so I could not open, so I can still show them to you. Nothing, right? This figure came out of GameStop. It's just nothing. Okay, that's the way it all started, and it stayed that way until we started with this gold label, right? Gold label. This turned into Walmart exclusives, right? Walmart is the only ones that get gold labeled figures. Okay, right? It kind of started turning into scalper bait, right? Because if you saw a gold sticker, it was scalp me, because these are the rare ones, right? And then we jumped to not only the collector series, but the platinums, right? The silver stickers.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have noticed that the last few waves of these, every one of them all of a sudden is platinum series, right? There's no regular ones, but some are in the regular figures, but some aren't in the collector series. They're all platinums. So we were sold on, you're going to pay $5 more, and you're going to get, the card stand, and you're going to get better paint apps, and you're going to get, these platinums, where this is the more superpowers-esque penguin. Thank you, Timothy. Again, that was a huge find for me. So now what he's doing is this. He said absolutely nothing about gold label anymore. But they talked about the digitals. The digitals are not going to have any stickers on them at all, right? So these are the regular figures, right? These are the run-of-the-mill, blah, blah, blah. Nothing supposedly special about these figures. They're just run-of-the-mill figures. If you see a platinum edition, the new silver label is going to be a paint variant, right? So they're not necessarily going to be of a higher quality. The platinum editions are going to be a paint variant of, so you're going to have like this penguin, the black one, and now this blue one, the platinums or the paint variants. You still following me?
Yeah.
So there'll still be two versions, but there's no guarantee that the platinum versions are actually going to be any more rare than the regular versions, right? Now we're going to get this, and this screams scalp me. We're going to get red stickers. Now, according to his own words, the red stickers are ultra rare.
Oh boy.
First time ever. He's referring to them as like rookie cards, because when he was talking about it, he was talking about his collecting sports cards as a kid. So rookie cards are always the risk. So if a figure's never been made before, like that Clock King that John showed a little while ago, coming in 2025, that figure is going to have a red tag, which means it's either a rookie, which means it's going to be ultra rare, because he said we're not making a lot of these deep dive figures. So if you collect McFarlane, and if you even attempt to be a completist, you might as well hang it up now, because it's like a blazing sign on the package that says scalp me. It removes any guesswork at all about whether that is a rare figure or not, because he stood right there and announced to the whole world that the production numbers on these are extremely limited. They will be randomly inserted into random cases. So guess what? Your gold label doesn't mean anything anymore. Your no label doesn't mean anything anymore. Platinum is just your pick of which figure you'd rather have between one or the other paint variants. But those red stickers are just screaming, scalp me.
Right.
And this is, and it's already happened, but it's just like you just got on everybody's last nerve with this one. Because you might as well just change it to the scalp me version, because you're going to have people that know nothing about the multiverse picking through figures looking for that red sticker. They ain't going to care one lick about what it is.
Yep.
And off to eBay we go. It's just like, you jackass, you excuse my language, you just made it easier for them.
Yep.
Beep. Oh, sorry. I'm behind.
And what's the point of collecting if you can't collect? I mean,
right.
Makes no sense.
This guy, what was amazing to me is him and the dimwit from Walmart that sat there during that Comic-Con presentation actually talked about, these are the ones that you guys have had such a hard time getting. We've seen the prices of these on eBay. This is a rep from Walmart. You are not serving your customer. You're feeding a secondary market that shouldn't even exist, but you guys can't pull your head out enough to make sure collectors have the product they want.
Yep.
And now this thing, that red sticker, I'm telling you right now, it might as well be a laser beam that burns up every other figure that comes anywhere near it on the shelf.
Yep.
Because it is the only ones that are going to sell.
We got some breaking news. Because of Ass Hat McFarlane, there now took the number 2 spot in the toxic collecting pool. I'm gonna tell you what, this is not new. He just stole this from Funko.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the same crap?
Yeah.
Funko Pop.
Funko's been doing that crap for years.
Sticker stuff. This is not nothing new. He just stole it.
Cool of marketing, because it's just, like I said, you guys, I'm serious. It might as well be a scalp me sticker.
And that's the reason they're dumping $20 million worth of product of Funko in the landfills.
Yep.
Yeah, $4 million worth of Funko stuff literally went to the dump out of a warehouse in Arizona, a year ago, because it couldn't be sold.
It was $20 million total.
It's just insane. It's just absolutely insane.
I mean,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Mason. But to tell you the honest truth, I have rolled back my McFarlane to. I really, really want to finish a classic Justice League if they get around to it. And there's only a handful of those characters that I can think of. And if it's really uniquely Bat Family, I'll buy it. But to be perfectly honest with you, John got me that Hugo Strange 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, a month ago. And I mean, honestly, I'm kind of run out of Bat Family that I would be interested in having. So my McFarlane days are almost over anyways. And this red sticker bit, come on. And I need a good classic Green Arrow. I need Zatanna, Hawk Girl, and Black Canary. And then you know what? If I had those, I wouldn't care less about buying another McFarlane figure at all. If those figures are produced, I will bet you my entire collection of everything. Every stinking one of them is going to have one of those you-know-what stickers in a red color on it. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not serving your customer base. That is not giving your customers what they want. That is creating a toxic collector base, because you know what? We're all going to hate each other's guts over those figures.
Yep.
It's stupid.
I told you, that just moved up.
It's crazy.
So I have peeled my collecting back to Hammond collection, Jurassic Park stuff, which we get a release a month, maybe every 2 months at that. So that's manageable. Literally just a handful of McFarlane figures left that I want. Matter of fact, I'm going to sell off a lot of the ones that I have that I just don't need, to be perfectly honest with you. And classified. I'm kind of all in on classified. Classified's kind of turned into my line at this point because I think we're all in that same boat. If we're able to do it at all anymore, I think a lot of us have had to shrink down to just one, maybe two lines.
Yeah, I've kind of put Mystic Legions on the back burner for me because I've got the ones I wanted so far until they release something new I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Classify is my go-to now.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm always be OG Joe guy. So.
Oh, I still will be buying OG stuff when I can. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. But
I got me a nice warthog coming. As soon as I can get up with Dan to get it, I'll have it.
Nice.
Complete.
I did a favor for a friend the other day, and I picked up one of those Alf figures, and I mean, sadly, the boys won't be eating this week, so.
I know how that goes.
I mean,
Nancy said Emmett can afford to lose a few pounds.
He can. But poor little Silas actually cannot. I don't know what. I think we're going to have to keep him home from school because the little guy can't even stay awake, and it's only Sunday.
Just give him Emmett portions.
That's pretty pathetic. Whoever it is that's actually going to get that Alf figure, I hope they really genuinely appreciate it. I mean,
My deal about my scaling down, it ain't about money. It ain't about the economy. I'm getting ready to move to town to an apartment. I got 15 totes worth of figures, and I still ain't got everything packed yet for us action figure stuff.
I've been consolidating over the last couple of weeks. I decided to get rid of all of my boxes. I had them all folded up and stuff. I just got rid of them. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
So that's one of the reasons I'm talking about doing away with the MCU stuff and probably a whole bunch of my McFarlane stuff too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was free. I was actually free of toys. I didn't have anything. I had my one big Millennium Falcon. That's all I had left. That's all. And now look at me. I got a flag and a Defiant and half of the United States military downstairs and like 6,000 or 8,000 McFarlane figures. And I hate that guy, but I've given him a lot of money lately. I can't even begin to tell you how many dinosaurs I got downstairs. I was free from it all, and now I'm just kind of going, oh, yeah, we're going to – one of these days I'm going to have to downsize, and I don't have any idea what that actually looks like anymore.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask you a question, guys? With this Legacy series coming out, are you going to buy you a whole fire station full of firemen?
No.
No.
I don't do the Legacy.
I've not even bought
I might get 2 or 3 of them.
No.
I've not even bought any of the other ones.
No, I'm out on Legacy.
Because I figured there'll be cops and stuff. I mean, I figured that'll be more to the lot of the photo people.
Yeah, I think so.
I really do.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Yeah,
I'm feeling better.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's just not easy. This is a stupid long process. I start a new job tomorrow. The timing on that is absolutely horrible. But it is what it is, right? I mean, it's a job I tried to get 3.5 years ago. So it popped up.
And he ate it.
They know my situation, so if they're okay, I'm going to try. What are you going to do? I mean, but thank you for asking. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not wearing the brace right now because it does this with my beard, and it looks like. But I will be.
I'm glad you're doing better, and I hope tomorrow when you start your new job at McFarlane, you'll take charge.
Yeah, I'm not going to work for the Todd father. No, I am
If that happened, there'd be many dead bodies.
Oh Lord, yeah. He wouldn't appreciate me. I can tell you that right now.
Dave would get in there and put them little red stickers on all the common figures and just make all the scalpers buy up the common stuff.
You'd get one. You'd be like Oprah Winfrey, wouldn't you?
That'd actually be hilarious, wouldn't it?
You get one. Everybody.
I'd call up Vietnam and say, "Hey, Ho Chi Minh, the red stickers, they go on these." Oh, it'd be freaking hilarious. Yeah, don't stick any stickers on the really red.
How long do you think it's going to take somebody to start making knockoffs with the red stickers on them like they do the Funko Pops?
Probably not.
They actually do that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, they do.
I know on the Marvel Legends they do.
Yep.
there's some really good knockoffs of Marvel Legends. I mean, there's very minor differences in them.
I tell you what, Corey.
Well,
I mean,
when I'm talking about,
it's an interesting question because I got to tell you, he's ticked everybody off with this little scheme.
Yeah.
Somebody comes up with a little foil printer that makes red stickers.
Yeah.
I'll go to Target, start sticking them on stuff.
They don't even have to make it. All they got to do is just make the figure. Just make copies of the figures that he puts the red sticker on, and people will buy those instead of buying his off eBay at expensive prices.
Temu or whatever.
What Funko? What they're doing, Funko, they'll take an actual real Funko Pop, which don't have the sticker on it, and they'll get a bootleg sticker put on and sell it for whatever exclusive or con or wherever it comes from. And that's going to happen with Mr. McFarlane.
I didn't mind the gold. I didn't mind the gold stickers, Timothy, because that it turned into the Walmart exclusives. The worst part of the gold stickers were Walmart exclusives because Walmart just cannot handle. They just can't handle exclusives.
I actually have never seen a gold sticker.
What are you talking about? They're right there.
Those are silver.
All of the DC vampires are all gold stickers.
Gold stickers or gold labels? I think he said they're going to be gold stickers instead of gold labels.
Well, he didn't mention anything about those continuing at all. I'm not sure there are going to be. I'm not convinced there's actually going to be store exclusive Walmart McFarlane stuff anymore. Period.
But I'm like Timothy. I seem like I heard that there's going to be silver, gold, and red stickers coming up. When I watched it, they didn't mention the gold stickers at all, other than saying that the gold stickers had always been store exclusives. But the truth is they were Walmart exclusives.
Yeah.
Because GameStop never had them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
They weren't. They were Walmart exclusives. Got the gold stickers, gold label. But yeah, it's just. But then, to be perfectly honest with you, this last 2 waves,
ultra.
See,
I'm gonna ask this.
I have never seen a gold label on anything other than Walmart. I've never seen the oval. I've never seen a gold oval sticker. Is that what you're talking about?
Actual stickers he's putting on the package.
Yeah, it's going to be like the silver. It's going to be like that, but it's going to be gold. Yeah, that's what I saw.
The ultra rares are going to be the red ones.
The red one, yeah.
So
the red ones are going to be the ultra rare. So what they were talking about it, and again, I've been screwed up lately, but there were going to be no stickers, platinum stickers, which means this black penguin and this blue penguin would both have the silver stickers because all they are is paint variants of each other. And then the red stickers are the ultra rare rookie card, blah, 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 scalper bait.
But I'm like Timothy.
I want to know what Power Girl.
Maybe I'm wrong. So
I want to know what the red sticker of Power Girl is going to look like. That's all I got to say.
You'll never know because you won't ever find one.
Well, the problem is Power Girl is a red stickered figure. You're never going to find one.
Is she going to be correct from the comic books? What I want to know.
From the reveal, looked pretty correct to me. Oval gold stick. See, I didn't see a thing about gold stickers. It's almost like they just don't exist anymore. So, see, it's all screwed up. See what I mean? But it doesn't matter. I mean, thank you for that, Timothy. But the point is, those red stickers are nothing but scalp me stickers, right? The rest of them don't even matter because I guarantee you, and you're probably in the same boat, Timothy, 85%, 90% of the other figures that are coming out, you're not even going to want anyways. You're going to want those red stickered figures. You know, and it's just, nope. And I have to tell you, him saying over and over and over again, the retailers just want us to have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. You could literally hear people groan when he said Wonder Woman because he doesn't even understand what a mess he made out of that Wonder Woman figure.
Yeah, for real.
You know, it's just like, buddy, how can you possibly be that out of touch with your own product line? Except that we got to go warning.
Yeah, we're 11 minutes over.
We just went black label. Oh, we're black label.
But before we go, just for the record, Joaquin Torres is the new Falcon.
Oh, there you
And
go.
he's played by Danny Ramirez.
Okay.
And I've never heard of the character Joaquin Torres, but I'm not up on the newest Marvel stuff. I don't keep up with it. So
that may be a movie creation.
It is interesting to see that Tim Nelson's coming back as the leader in this movie. So
I'd heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the speculation has been that. Go ahead, Corey.
That's somewhat breaking news. My phone just went off. Email from Hasbro. The Dragonfly starts shipping November the 1st.
Cool.
That's the same time as the Hiss.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's still right before Christmas when we got it.
Yeah.
But anyway, good night, guys. Everybody have a good night.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Night. Y'all have a good night. Happy Halloween. Be safe.